This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the laundry yard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode 240. My name's Adam Patterson. Joining me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Wonderful. I haven't heard that in quite some time.
Yeah, we got the soundboard back running, so we can actually hear the audio we can edit it live. So for like the last, 4 years, I've been putting all the intros and stuff in post, and now we can do it live again, so that's exciting. We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you? What movie did we have you watch this week?
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. This came out in 2013. Picked this in honor of Sleight coming out this week. Another magic-themed movie, which is very exciting. This is directed by Don Scardino. I have a synopsis here. A veteran Vegas magician tries to revive his career after his longtime partner quits. He gets fired from his casino act, and an edgy new street magician steals his thunder. We have a trailer for this. Let's give it a listen. This is The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
I'm Burt Wonderstone.
And I'm Anton Marvelson.
But of course, you already knew that.
Your ticket sales suck.
What?
Steve Gregg, they're calling him the future of magic.
This guy's a magician. He doesn't even have a costume.
I'm sure you've seen people walk on red-hot coals, but I doubt you've seen anyone spend the night on red-hot coals.
I'm sexy and I know it.
You need to do something fresh.
So this is where old entertainers go to die.
Mm-hmm. And some not so old.
May I see that for a minute? Watch this.
What have you done?
I'm a magician. Should have explained that to you earlier. You're Rance Holloway. I had your magic kit as a kid.
I'll give you your money back. What you're feeling right now, that's why you became a magician.
How did you do that?
It's partially deboned.
What you do is not magic.
All
It's
right,
natural for a
Ryan,
belief to be frightened by
tell us a little bit about this Burt Wonderstone business.
Well, the very starts when Jimmy fucking
Steve Carell?
yeah, Steve Carell and Steve Buscemi are kids, and they bond over one of them getting a magic set, and they become friends. And fast forward 35 years in the future, and they're doing a magic act together, and they've been on ballets in Las Vegas. They've had a show for 10 years, and one day Steve Buscemi just has enough of Burt Wonderstone being an asshole and taunting him, and just decides to quit. And Burt Wonderstone tries to replace him with their assistant, who also quit in the middle of a magic act, and they replaced her. And there's a long-running joke throughout the movie that they call her by the wrong name every time they talk to her, no matter how long they've known her. And eventually, Burt Wonderstone tells her that she's basically a woman and that they can do a magic show as good as a man could. So, Burt Wonderstone loses his job at ballet because the expert's going downhill. And there's also a street magician, and he's played by Jim Carrey. I just read something before we started recording here that the director called Jim Carrey's character if David Blaine and Chris Angel had a child. This was Jim Carrey's character would be a child. And Jim Carrey's job is basically to make fun of everything Burt Wonderstone does. And also pretty much everything he does himself. And I just lost it.
I lost it.
I just straight up lost it.
Jim Carrey's doing better than Burt Wonderstone.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, Burt Wonderstone drops his magic ballot, but he gets fired. And to start rebuilding his career, eventually finds himself in a retirement home. And he ends up doing magic for the guy that he bought the magic kit of when he was a little kid. And this guy basically teaches him how to get his thunder back. And they do that, and the band gets back together, and the girl joins in and becomes an official partner, and they all live happily ever after. Except Jim Carrey, of course.
What happens to him?
I assume he eventually fizzles out. And just becomes nobody like in real life.
Oh, damn.
Dude,
Point straight
I'm
after Jim
not
Carrey.
talking about him. I'm talking about Chris Angel and David Blaine.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think it's still could be argued that they both still have thriving careers, but we'll move on. What'd you think of this movie?
And that's where I have a problem. Because IMDb is hitting it a very good rating. But I thought, it made me laugh a few times. So, it was okay. It wasn't perfect or anything, but it was alright. It was pretty funny.
All right, so you had a good time with it?
Yeah.
Did you see this before? Is this a rewatch?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it a couple years ago.
I remember seeing it too. I don't remember a whole lot about it other than that
When we were at the South by.
At the old South by. You guys saw it at South by?
No, it was playing, boy.
Yeah, it was playing, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, I remember it playing.
What an odd movie to be at a film festival.
Yeah, because we were trying to roll Ryan somewhere, and we were like walking in front of the red carpet.
Yeah,
because it was the only place to.
That's right. And like Jim, that's right. And like Jim Carrey was there, and
we were getting in everyone's way. That's awesome.
Yeah, what can you do? Got to be accommodating. Got to get through.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember not liking this very much. Kevin, did you see this one?
I did not see this because I remember it not looking that funny, and when you played that trailer, it reminded me of how unfunny this movie has to be.
Yeah, I remember not finding it funny at all. It does have a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like this came at the tail end of these funny jobs movies. You know, you have your Talladega Nights, your Dodgeballs, the what was that one? The other one with Will Ferrell, Blades of Glory. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
And then you had the other one with Will Ferrell, the basketball one.
Yeah, Will Ferrell was doing a whole sports thing there.
And I feel like this just came at the tail end of that whole comedic jobs thing.
Was that when they made this? Were they trying to reinvigorate Jim Carrey's career?
Reinvigorate it? I don't know about that.
Nobody heard from him for a few years. They tried to bring it back.
No, I think he was...
Maybe I just made that up in my head.
I mean, he did in 2011. He did Mr. Popper's Penguins, and I mean that movie wasn't a big success or anything, but it was a blockbuster style movie. Mr. Popper's Penguins, seriously.
And I Love You, Philip Morris was right before that.
Yeah, and he did Kick-Ass 2 that same year that Burt Wonderstone came out, but I remember he tried to distance himself from that one. Like he regretted doing that one. So I don't know. I feel like Jim Carrey always has a career. I don't feel like he's ever gonna completely fade into obscurity. I think that it's all just a matter of what he wants to do at this point. I think that his career has been well established for so many years that he just does what he wants to now. Because I think he does a lot of art. He paints now.
I think that it does come down to him just picking things that he wants to do. Like Mr. Popper's Penguins, he's probably just like, I'm gonna get paid to hang out with penguins.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I would take that. I'd take that job. Pay me to hang out with penguins.
And I think it's one of those situations like you said, Kevin, before, when it's time to buy a new yacht, you do one of these movies and there you go.
Yeah, you got something that catches your eye in the old yacht magazine, in the old yacht catalog.
You needed some new art supplies, so you just did Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Some easels, some golden paints.
He always has a soft spot in my art from In Living Color.
What was your favorite if it's
I
In
like
Living Color?
Fire Marshal Bell on.
Now, is that because that's the only one you can remember?
No. Right now, probably. But no, I know I thought about that actually before. Because I thought that was the only one I knew, but I was able to come up with more after I thought about it for a long while.
When anyone mentions In Living Color, they inevitably go to Fire Marshal Bill, which made me think too, because I was like, oh yeah, Fire Marshal Bill, but then I tried to remember, like, what else did Jim Carrey do on that show?
Didn't he do a sketch with Damon Wayans where they played like two gay dudes? Wasn't that like one that they did?
No.
Was it him or was it somebody else? It was Damon Wayans and somebody
It
else.
was
There was one where he did like it was almost like pigtails or like double ponytails, and he always wore like a bikini top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the two gay dudes, the one had a little hat on top of his head.
That was Damon Wayans, but I don't remember if anybody was in
I think it
there.
was David Alan Grier.
Oh yeah, it was David Alan Grier. Yeah, David Alan Grier.
Yeah, I hated Jim Carrey on In Living Color.
I really do only remember Fire Marshal Bill. I mean, the thing about In Living Color is I have a feeling if I went back and watched it today, I don't think I would like it. Like, I don't think I would find it funny. I'm just not sure that the comedy of In Living Color stands the test of time.
I don't know.
Back then, it pushed the envelope for me.
I don't know. Tommy Davidson?
Well,
Tommy Davidson.
Sure.
David Alan Grier? Oh, man. I fucking love those guys.
Homie the Clown?
I gotta find out if this is... There's a bunch of clips on YouTube, but I need, like, full episodes streaming.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they did release it on DVD, but I don't know if it's available on any streaming platforms.
What cable service do you have, Kevin?
Comcast.
If you do have FX, because if you get FX.com, it's on the FX app.
What?
And let me go.
Oh
because I can get it on my Apple TV.
There you go. Catch up on some In Living Color.
Nice.
Getting back to Burt Wonderstone, let's talk about the director, Dan Scardino. Don. I don't know why I just said Dan. Dan Scardino. Let's see what he's up to. Mostly TV stuff. Did a lot of TV stuff, including he did Another World. He directed Another World. Talk about going back to some 90s.
Like the soap opera Another World?
Really?
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of not Another World. I was thinking of shit. There was like a sort of a soap opera that was big in the 90s. This one is the one from the 60s that started in the 60s. But I swear it was a Fox, like one of those Fox shows in the 90s. A different world. A different world.
There you go.
That's what I was thinking of. Anyway, he did. Oh my God, he did Tracy Takes On, which was the Tracy Ullman show from the 90s. Not the original Tracy Ullman show, but the one she had after. Sports Night. He did 2 episodes of Sports Night. Remember that show? Aaron Sorkin.
That show is. I'm sorry. That has to be one of the worst shows.
Yeah, I remember hating it. What
God,
channel?
I hated that show so much.
Was it Comedy Central that played?
Yeah.
They played it all the time.
Yeah. And I remember when they first picked it up, I was just like,
no.
This makes no sense. Why are you doing this to me? And then they continued to do it to me. They just kept playing it. And it was never funny. It was never once funny.
No, I never enjoyed that show. Never. I remember, because I think that was probably the first Aaron Sorkin thing that I watched. And I remember just being so annoyed with his dialogue style. The super fast.
Yeah, just the nonstop.
Yeah, I found it to be so annoying. Which is funny because I think that method works in a lot of the movies that he's done since then, like The Social Network, for instance. Maybe that's because he's scaled it back a little bit since then.
Yeah, at least refined it.
Was Phil Hartman on this show?
No, you're thinking of News Radio, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you're thinking of News Radio.
That is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, now that show is amazing.
Oh my God, Phil Hartman, Dave Foley. Holy shit. Stephen Root.
Yep.
Now I want to watch that show too.
Wasn't it Andy Dick was in that show too, wasn't he?
That's right.
Man.
Which is interesting because one of the movies that Don Scardino did was Advice from a Caterpillar from 1999, which stars Andy Dick.
Interesting. Never even heard of that one.
Me either.
Sounds odd. He did 38 episodes of 30 Rock, so big player in 30 Rock. That's a show that I think will hold up over time. I don't think it's going to be as timeless as something like Seinfeld, but I think 30 Rock will definitely hold up.
What's her name is in this? Gillian Jacobs.
In this movie?
Yeah, she's briefly in this.
Oh, cool. He did an episode of The Mindy Project, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and most recently, Two Broke Girls. We're coming right back full circle to Two Broke Girls. He did 39 episodes.
I want to do from here on out. I want everything to be connected to Two Broke Girls.
I think we could probably do it.
But that needs to be for the rest of the year. Everything comes back to Two Broke Girls.
We could make that happen, I think.
We're gonna start a new game. Instead of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, it's gonna be
6 degrees of Two Broke Girls.
But I don't want it to be 6 degrees. I want it to be 1 degree.
1 degree. One immediate direct degree to Two Broke Girls.
Oh yeah, you got plenty to work from here.
No, I know. Don't worry, I will try it. I take that as a challenge, and I will try to make that happen in the coming weeks. Don't worry.
I look forward to it.
All right, Ryan. Any final thoughts?
I do not look forward to that.
Yeah, you do.
You should.
You fucking love it.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like an idiot now.
What?
Because it made me laugh a little bit.
Well, that's fine. I mean, comedy is so subjective. I mean, you could find something hilarious that we don't, and vice versa. I mean, I'm sure that there's plenty of weird, random, obscure shit that I find funny that you wouldn't find funny. Like, I bet one thing that comes to mind is chewing gum. The new season of that is out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been watching that, Kevin.
I fucking love that show.
It is amazing. And something tells me that, Ryan, you would not find that show funny.
Fucking love it.
Never heard of it.
It's great. It's on Netflix. Check it out. They're in season 2 now, and it's pretty fantastic. Not long enough for my taste. The seasons are very short.
Yeah, that seems to be a British thing.
It is, yeah. I think it definitely is.
They don't draw it out and.
Oh, it's British.
It is.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Comedy?
It is a British comedy.
All right, I'm out.
That's what I thought.
I can't get down.
It's a British sex comedy. It's about a girl trying to get laid. Does that pique your interest?
Even The Office from Britain, I couldn't get into that very much.
Oh, see, I thought the UK Office was hilarious.
Loved it.
Interesting.
I remember buying that without. You remember when I bought
Yes,
that?
I
from,
do.
It's just
I do.
Oh, this looks cool.
I do remember you buying that because I had no idea what it was. Like I remembered seeing it on the shelf like all the time and not knowing what it was. And even after you bought it, I don't think I borrowed that from you or anything.
Yeah.
That I remember.
I think it was the Wow.
But yeah, that's because I always remember seeing David Brent's stupid face sitting there on that cover and being like,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. That image on the front of that DVD does not sell that show.
No, not at all. Because it looks like some kind of just dry, old school British comedy.
Yeah. Which, I mean, even Ryan, I'm sure there's stuff that I think that's funny that Adam doesn't. Like, I think The Mighty Boosh is hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm not into that.
Yeah, Adam's not into that.
I give it points for creativity, but that's
how things are.
Yeah.
All right.
Just, no need to feel any shame there. Now, my question to this is, what are your thoughts on magic?
Yeah, that's a good. I did want to talk about magic.
Big fan of the magic.
If it's done correctly, I like it.
Okay.
Now what?
I'm not into all the nerdy, like doing the same thing over and over. I don't like that. Make it new all the time.
Now, do you prefer the street magic style over the stage magic?
It's hard to say because I remember watching David Copperfield when I was like probably 15. I like that, but I also I used to like Chris Angel's magic.
No.
Until I got to be the exact same all the time.
Do you remember when magic shows had primetime specials?
Oh yeah, David Copperfield, man.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I mean, I don't think you see that anymore. Now you have like the talent shows, and maybe there's some magicians in like America's Got Talent or one of those, but you just don't see the primetime magic specials anymore.
No.
Like when that dude walked on the wire across Niagara Falls on live TV.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I do miss that from the old days. The magic where it was like, David Copperfield's going to make a jumbo jet disappear. Tune in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, cool. I got something to do on Tuesday. It's awesome.
Yeah. You just don't see that anymore. Now it's like David Blaine just came out with fairly recently came out with a Netflix special. So now they're doing that.
Well, yeah, and then his special is like, I'm going to sleep in a box for a week. And you're okay, I guess, if you want.
I wonder if that's because, like, anyone can record anything nowadays.
Yeah,
back then, people just couldn't record any old thing.
Well, I think the climate of TV has changed in such a way that it's not really important. Like, it's not really popular to have those kind of things anymore. I think that releasing them on video on demand services like Netflix or whatever is a better idea because then you can deliver it straight to your core audience.
Yeah.
One thing in this that I found really, really funny, I just thought of, at one point Jim Carrey holds his pee in his body for like 7 days.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
And he damn near passes out and dies from too much urine and not enough blood in his body. And that made me laugh.
Jim Carrey almost dying. So looking at the chuckles that arrive. You got too much urine in your body.
But the best part was he didn't even care. It's like, oh, it's for our TV, so I'm good.
Well, of course, it's just making fun of all that David Blaine, Chris Angel stunt stuff. I was never into that stuff either. Like on the David Blaine special, throughout the special, he's like developing this technique of being able to like drink a whole like water bottle of water and then like regurgitate it back into the water bottle, and that's what he's working on throughout the special. And it's like, this isn't cool. It's just gross. Like,
yeah, it's just like, why did you? I just want to know, how did you come up with that idea?
Well, there's a video that he was like obsessed with. It was a viral video that was going around for a while. This guy in India or something that could do it, and it was like crazy to watch. It was, again, very gross, but crazy to watch. And he was like kind of fascinated with this guy, and he couldn't find him. He didn't know the guy's name, but so he travels to India, and he actually does find the guy and learns how to do it from him. Anyway, I'm more of a fan of the kind of close up magic stuff, like Ricky Jay.
Yeah, like not fucking disgusting. Like hanging on your Chris Angel. He hung a couple years ago in Las Vegas with hooks in his all over his body.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
It's not magic.
It's magic.
Magic. Dips does that at shows.
Yeah.
It's not fucking magic.
It's putting a threshold of pain. I don't care about that.
Kind of blurs the lines between a magic act and a freak show.
Yeah, because I think that's like a somewhat popular thing.
Yeah.
Like, niche markets at least.
Yeah, it's a legitimate.
I mean, if they make apparatuses with hooks on them,
right,
so people
that you can like buy online.
That means that there's enough people fucking doing it.
Right.
You can make a business out of it.
This is suspension hook business.
I'd be interested to go to their fucking convention. You know they have one, right? You know they have one.
Of course, I'm sure that they have. It's probably part of some sort of body modification convention.
Oh God, this episode took some weird turns.
It did. Well, I was going to be giving Ryan. I gave him secretary originally, which it turned out that we already gave him that in honor of one of the 50 Shades of Grey movies, and then we didn't end up recording the episode. So he did.
I think we sat down, but it was only like.
Yeah, I do remember.
10 minutes total.
Yeah, and then something happened.
Oh, so it was like a lost episode?
Yeah.
It was very awkward.
I just assumed that we didn't even do it.
No,
we all
talked
about it.
We talked about it for a little bit, and then something I think it was something with me, but I had to leave.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. But
okay. That makes sense. All right, Ryan, let's go ahead and give you your drum roll on this thing. What do you give The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
Couldn't even hear him.
5 out of 10.
I'm not used to the drum roll.
Not used to the live drum roll?
No.
5 out of 10? Is that what you gave it?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think about this Sleight movie that's coming out?
I haven't seen previews, but I'm sure I probably will shortly.
Yeah, I figured you'd be all up in this one because I don't know why, but it looks decent. It's a WWE film, strangely.
Oh, no.
It doesn't look like it has anything to do with wrestling at all.
Yeah, but that probably means they got fucking B-rated actors.
No, not really. I'm looking at the cast list here. It's got Dooley Hill and Sashir Zamata from SNL.
Oh, okay.
And Cameron Esposito.
Is what's her name, man? That girl that you know.
No, she's not in it. I don't know. This one looks interesting. It looks kind of like sort of looks Chronicle-esque in a way about this kid who's like he knows how to like make things float. He has like telekinesis or something, and he uses that to pretend like he's a magician, like a street magic guy, and something happens. He gets caught up in some shit. I think it looks decent. I'm kind of into it. Vice is putting it out along with Blumhouse rather. Blumhouse Tilt.
Vice is in the TV channel Vice?
Yeah, Vice.
Wow.
The TV channel is called Vice Land, but the company is Vice. They've been putting out movies for a couple years now, a few years.
Really?
Yeah. They put out some really interesting movies, actually. I think the first one I saw by them was called Prince. That was really... Nobody talked about that when it came out. Nobody talked about it at all, but I was a big fan. And they put out Operation Avalanche, Matt Johnson's latest.
Wait, is that the one we saw?
No, I don't think you saw it, no. You saw The Dirties.
Yeah, I was thinking of something else with the Avalanche.
Prince Avalanche.
Thinking of the Prince Avalanche.
Yeah.
When you lost your ship because Paul Rudd was sitting right in front of you.
Yeah.
Straight west, full circle.
All right. Well, I think Sleight looks kind of cool. I take it you're not familiar with what this is all about, Kevin?
No, I am.
Oh, you are?
Actually, I'm interested in this one. This actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this.
It's written and directed by J.D. Dillard. This is his debut. So I'm always interested in debuts for some reason. When I see it's like a debut for a director, I'm like, okay.
And plus to be like, I'm going to make my debut about a street magician.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, okay. If you want to.
You go for it, man. You go for it.
Let me see if you can make that work.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. All right. Any final thoughts, Ryan? Sleight or The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
No.
All right. I think that'll do it for this week in that case. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber for just $1 a month. For Kevin Rakestraw, Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you later.